Welcome, Warrior Nation, to the kickoff of the 2022 high school football season. We are just about 30 seconds away from getting everyone lined up, ready to go. I don't think they've done the toss yet, so there's still a little bit of time, but we are once again back as Annapolis is the defending state champions. New team, new season, some new faces as Annapolis returns quite a bit of its core team from last year's team with a new leader at quarterback, Brian Lerma, and he is a smooth operator back there, so excited to see what he can do. Facing a really strong NYOS, Not Your Ordinary School. It's a charter school here in the Round Rock, Austin area. We have traditionally opened up with them for many years. They're well coached, strong team. Last year had an outstanding running back. Hopefully he's not back. Hopefully he graduated, as this has been a pretty challenging opening game for us traditionally. So unlike last year, we have, like I said, some experience returning. We have Brian Lerma, the MVP of the state championship game. He's changing positions, though. And then our defense will be anchored by Jacob Segundo. Last year as a freshman, made a splash as one of the top tacklers at one point in the state, but definitely in TCAL. So the Annapolis offense, like I said, some new faces, some people changing positions, but a core group that's returning from last year. And the best thing about them is they're a year older than they were last year. A lot of freshmen and that are now sophomores, and Brian Lerma, now the only senior leading the team. Some new faces too, as we've had some great kids come in with some experience. Ben Marsh, Cam Bailey, Adam Copeland, and others have joined the team. So good mix of new and old faces as the team is ready to rock and roll. The junior high team set the tone as they came out swinging and cruised to a nice victory, as the program looking pretty good for years to come, as we have wave after wave of kids coming up. Beautiful evening now as the sun is starting to set. The heat is starting to drop. The humidity is dropping. And this feels like football weather. Great field. We're at Round Rock, Texas. It's a soccer facility. As you can see, the white lines for soccer. So the challenge is to see the light red lines that are painted here. It's a nice field. And unfortunately, just because the facilities were behind a big net, so I apologize for that. And I'll also apologize for my camera work. I'm definitely not going to get any jobs from ESPN anytime soon doing camera work. As it looks like we're going to have our captain's meeting, and we'll come back once we have all of that decided. Annapolis coached again by Coach Garcia. He's the preacher slash football coach, seminary professor, kind of does it all. And he's getting his troops fired up here as, again, we are excited to open up another football campaign. Coach Bazan and Coach Garcia's brother, Javier Garcia, are the three main high school coaches. Coach Garcia, Coach Andy Garcia, oversees the whole football program, so he's involved in the junior high program, and that's been really great as they're running the same program, same plays. And we'll turn it over to the MC. Looks like they're trying to find some officials. They must be still on break. Don't see any zebras out here, so it's kind of holding things up. But I'll go through the roster here. Number 1, Xavier Lerma. Number 2, Blake Kenyon. Both those are freshmen. Number 3, Liam Harms. He's a junior. 6, Priest Labato. He's a freshman. Number 10, like I mentioned, Brian Lerma. He's a senior. He's a lone senior and one of the team captains. 12, Chuck Brush. He's a sophomore. Looks like he's lined up to be a team captain as well. 14, Cesar Morales. He's a freshman. He didn't make the trip. He's in his club soccer season and I think actually visiting some family down in Mexico, so he's not with us tonight. Number 15, Eli Oliver, freshman. 22, Josh Guzman. He's a sophomore, and you'll see him probably a lot around the ball. He is finished his freshman campaign as a defensive beast. 23, Cameron Bailey. He's a freshman. Number 40, Jake Waltney, sophomore. 43, Jacob Segundo. He is the heart and soul of the defense. He's a sophomore. 45, Adam Copeland, freshman. Number 60, Ben Marsh, sophomore. And the double eights, Jerry Gleason. You'll see him chasing down some quarterbacks. He's a sophomore. So that's your team. Have, again, a lot of experience coming back, but still, if you notice, still pretty young, as a good number of them are sophomores, underclassmen. So future's looking bright for Annapolis, but I know this team is not thinking about the future. They are thinking about the present, as they have some pretty high goals for themselves as they open up the season. Finally see some stripes out on the field, so must have finished up with their pregame meal or resting, and out they come. Looks like Annapolis is going to have 4 captains come in center field. Number 10, Brian Lerma. 12, Chuck Brush. Looks like 88, Jerry Gleason, and 43, Jacob Segundo will all be coming forward to represent the team. And here we go. Took a little while, but now it looks like we're getting things rolling. Annapolis traveled really well. We've got a nice crowd. You'll hear them. Got quite a contingent. Looks like several of the junior high team and their parents are staying for the varsity game. So as far as the crowd goes, we're filled up a whole section and a half. Made that 3.5 hour drive up here. And again, enjoying some great weather. This is starting to feel like some football weather. NYOS has a really strong program. They're not interconference, so it's a non-conference opponent, and we've typically opened up with them. Last year they came to us, and so we travel up here this year to see them. And let's see what the decisions were made. Looks like Annapolis is going to receive the opening kickoff. And shaking hands and just play some football. NYOS is going to run out on their field and get some pregame hype going, but Annapolis get some final words of encouragement from the coaches. So NYOS getting hyped up, but it's nice to have a team that does have some experience on the road. And like I said, last year when they played, lots of freshmen. So that first game's always got some jitters and things like that. So hopefully Annapolis can work through that quickly. They have a nice dynamic offense. So Brian Lerma is running the show as quarterback. Typically Cesar Morales will be back there, but like I said, he's visiting family, I think, and so some other people have to step up. But lots of athletes. Annapolis last year did a nice job with kind of running between the linemen, between the tackles, but with athletes they have on the field, might see a little bit more spread and wide open offense. So do the national anthem and then the kickoff. All right, we are finally ready for kickoff. It kind of took a little while to finally get to this point, but we are ready. On the fields to your left, number 60, Ben Marsh. 12 is Chuck Brush. 2 is Blake Kenyon. 43, Jacob Segundo. 22, Josh Guzman. And number 10 is Brian Lerma. So that's our kickoff team. If you've never seen six-man football, you're in for a treat, as it is definitely different than 11-man. What you'll see typically on a kickoff is some onside kicks. So let's see what NYOS decides to do. They're going to kick it hard. It's going to scooped up. And nice job by Blake Kenyon. Freshman getting right into it. Not afraid to grab that ball and run with it. Gets it to midfield. Just shy of it, probably the 48. So I'll do my best with calling lines and getting this camera working. Like I said, it's a bit of a challenge here. So it's on Annapolis side of the 40-yard line. Sorry, midfield. We're on a six-man field, so it's 80 yards. First and 15 is first down for six-man is 15 yards, not 10. Brian Lerma takes his first snap as quarterback. A Little handoff to Jacob Segundo. Oh, and that gets closed off pretty quick. So second down, maybe a couple yards. Gets just at midfield. So in the backfield, we got Chuck Brush. He's up at fullback. Tailback, Jacob Segundo. And Brian Lerma is the quarterback, number 10. Little inside handoff. And NYOS all over that as Josh Guzman came from that end position across the line. And NYOS did a nice job just playing assignment football, and he ran right into the would-be tackler. So third down now. Really no gain at all, looks like. So it's third and about 12, 13 yards for a first down. Annapolis staying in that power tight formation. Fake handoff. Brian Lerma's got some. He's going to throw it back, and Jacob Segundo's got a lot of green. He's getting to the sideline. First down. Gets tripped up, and that's a first down play. Brian Lerma in the scrimmage showed that he is a cool operator, that he slides out of tackles. He's big, he's strong, and he can just, with very little effort, get that ball where he needs to. And that was just him, one-man effort, shrugging off some tacklers and then finding Jacob Segundo to get upfield. And they are now at the 20-yard line. First and 10. So even though this is the first year Brian's playing as quarterback, he definitely shows a lot of maturity back there. Hand off to Chuck Brush. He's got a little bit of an angle and gets thrown out of bounds. It's a nice little fullback run. Gets about half the yards he needs to for, so a good first down run. So it's about first and about 7 or 8 for a first down. So good start. Annapolis content to stay with that, just that tight formation with a fullback and a tailback. Keeping everything real tight. Got some movement and flag. I don't know if, let's see who that's going to be on. NYOS jumped in there. Yeah, it looks like they jumped offside, so it's going to be free 5 yards. Make this second down and really short. So Brian did a nice job with changing that cadence up, getting a little bit of hard count, and those linebackers from NYOS jumped in there. So second down, about 3 yards, looks like. It looks like they're at the 10-yard line. So let's see. Annapolis may have a down to try to do something, get ball in the air, and that's what they decide to do. Brian's looking back there. Got a man open. He's going to go to the corner. That's Josh Guzman. Can't quite get there. Brian bought him some time, and Josh got open, but passed a little bit too high. So third down. It's a good down to try to go for it and see if Annapolis now just looking to just pick up a first down. Keep this drive going. Looks like there's a penalty. Looks like that's a holding on Annapolis. That's going to back them up 10 yards. So it's second down, and they've got about 12 yards to go now. So that was a pretty big penalty. Brian is going to pitch, a little inside pitch to Jacob Segundo. Breaks a tackle. He's got some green. He's got the corner. He's got the pylon and in. It looked like a little bit of a miscommunication, as it was going to be, it looks like a kind of an option play. Jacob came in and Brian just gave him a little shovel pass, and then Jacob just muscled his way out of a tackle and then got to the edge, and no one was there, and it was just a race to the pylon, and Jacob wins that. So Annapolis with a nice opening drive touchdown, 6-0, with 7:27 left in the first quarter. They're going to, in six-man football, when you kick it through the uprights, it's actually worth 2. So Cameron Bailey, a freshman, is going to try to tack on 2 points, which is different than 11-man, 2 points. Snaps down, the kick is up, and it is short. So plenty of height, just not enough power. So Annapolis 6, NYOS 0, 7:27 left in the first quarter. Nice opening drive. Things kind of sputtered midfield, and then Brian Lerma made a nice play to Jacob to get that initial first down, and then from there, Jacob Segundo, again, he makes the play, busts out of a tackle, and then sprints to the end zone. So Annapolis, good opening possession, as they will be kicking off to NYOS. Sun's going down, the lights are going to come on, and we've got officially Friday night football going on right now in Round Rock, Texas, as Annapolis is taking on NYOS. It's a charter school in the Round Rock, Austin area. Cameron Bailey will be kicking off. So on the field, you got Jacob Segundo. Looks like Jerry Gleason. Chuck Brush is 12. Cameron Bailey's 23. Josh Guzman, double twos. And Brian Lerma. Let's see what Annapolis tries to do with the ball. If they're going to go short along with it. It's going to go right down the middle. And nice, easy. Goes right to NYOS player, just scoops it up and just sits on it. So NYOS ball. It's going to be on the about 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for NYOS as their offense comes out for the first time. NYOS typically a strong running team, but they definitely are well coached. Will have some good balance as we see the Annapolis defense out for the first time. Little toss play. Gets around the corner. And looks like that was Josh Guzman. So the edge defenders got upfield, but just couldn't quite get off their block, and running back got around them and ended up having to get cleaned up about 8 yards down the field. Inside handoff, big hole. It's going to get around. Ball's off. Ball's open. Big hit. That hole opened up, and then Chuck and company came in hard, and I think somebody got a hand on the ball from the backside and bounced around, and first turnover of the game. So Annapolis defense getting that ball back to their offense. So nicely done. So the defense looking strong, hitting hard. Hard enough to get that ball loose, and heads up play. And now offense back on the field. Ball's about the 30-yard line as Brian Lerma will be taking the snap from Josh Guzman. He's going to go in the shotgun. They're loading up pretty heavy on the right side. Goes to Jacob Segundo around the corner. He's got a lot of people back there, and there's flags flying. So as NYOS really was all over that as they flooded that zone pretty quickly, and there wasn't much going on. And then we have an illegal block on top of that, so that's going to negate that play and make it, it's going to bring it negative yards to that play. hard when you got people running around and people trying to block, and somebody blocks someone from their backside. Can't do that. So second down now, and a long way to go. About 20 yards here. And Annapolis is going to flood that zone again. Motion across by Chuck. Little handoff to Jacob Segundo. Tries to make a move. Gets out of one tackle. He's coming backside. Needs some help. Doesn't find it. Jacob's showing some strength getting out of initial tackles. Just Annapolis having a hard time sustaining those blocks and giving him much room to work with. Like I said, NYOS is well coached. They're going to be swarming to the ball. They're going to play good assignment football, and so Annapolis is going to have to make sure they make their blocks, stay with them, create those holes in those spaces. But Annapolis showing some toughness in their running game. Josh Guzman going to take the ball, snap it back to Brian Lerma. Jacob Segundo in the backfield. Brian's going to roll out, looking for a receiver, needs some help. Little dump pass, and there was some contact early, and here comes the flag. And the coach from NYOS, I think, is not in agreement of that call if it's going to be pass interference. So the ball was high, and Josh went up, and there was a lot of contact as he was going up. So referees are going to discuss if the contact interfered with it, and now the coach from NYOS just got a penalty for yelling at the ref. So either way, it's going to be a positive gain for Annapolis. We'll just see if there's going to be 2 penalties instead of just 1. And yep, they call the pass interference. And then there's going to be an additional unsportsmanlike penalty on that. So that's going to cost them additional 15 yards. Referees talking quite a bit. So it's unsportsmanlike, and it's going to be on the coach. And White Hat's he's just taking his time. He's not in any hurry to do much of anything. So I'm guessing he's wanting to make the right call, but there's going to be a timeout now for NYOS as they need to regroup. As you know, the coach is just trying to help his guy out, but referees felt like it was just a little bit too much. 6-0, 5:23 left in the first quarter. Annapolis up after a turnover. Annapolis' offense. There's been some penalties. This last flurry of penalties has been to Annapolis' benefit as they get a first down now in NYOS territory. They're at the 36-yard line. The offense has been able to find some space, some tough running by Jacob Segundo. Brian Lerma making some plays with his arm too. But there's going to be a lot of pressure from NYOS as they've been in the backfield quite a bit. So needing to get some blocking, create a little bit better space as Annapolis is going to flood that zone to their right. As Josh Guzman's going to, here comes the motion across by Chuck. And back to Brian Lerma. He's looking for someone to pass. Gets out of one tackle, 2. He's going to throw deep and almost tries to tip the ball to himself. That's Liam Harms. Tried to tip that ball up and just couldn't quite corral it as Brian Lerma slips out a couple tackles. Extends that play, but just couldn't quite get the connection he was needing. That's second down. Still 15. Annapolis staying in that similar formation. Got Jacob Segundo in the backfield. Brian Lerma's looking for some space. Wiggles out of there. Throw to Josh Guzman. Caught and brought down right away. But positive gain. This is going to be third down now. Looks like he gained about 6, 7 yards. So they've got about 6 yards to go for the first down. So it's third down. Like I said, Brian's just a cool customer back there. Not afraid of pressure. He's a big, strong, physical guy. He's going to be hard to take down. And got a really strong arm, too. Just get the ball. But nice touch. Just has a good sense of where the ball needs to be. Inside handoff to Chuck. Chuck gets corralled right away and pushed back. Gained a few yards on that. So nice, doing a good job filling that hole. There was a little space there, but filled in right away. And now it's going to be fourth down. Looks like Liam Harms is in, Blake Canyon out. So this might be a passing down for him. Fourth down. Trying to extend this drive. If you've never watched six-man football, there's not a lot of punting. So now they're going to spread things out. A pitch back to Brian. Brian's got some time. He's got one man on him. He's going to just drive out of there. He's got someone open. He's going deep. There's a ball, just can't quite get it there. So Brian Lerma, so physical, just would not get brought down. And then saw the home run, but kind of just threw it across his body and didn't quite get the spiral he wanted. So it's a turnover on downs, as NYOS will have the ball on their side of the field, about the 30-yard line, 1st and 15 for them. A little pitch to the inside. Chuck's there, gets around him, and good pursuit on the backside. That was Blake Kenyon with a nice tackle from the backside as he's the end and came crashing down there. So good tackle by the freshman. NYOS with their split running backs. They're going to bring it up. And good defense, good pursuit as Josh Guzman turned the running back in, and white shirts were waiting. That's how it should be. And close that hole up real fast. So a couple yards on that. So it's going to be now third down, probably about 4 yards for a first down, as they're still not quite at midfield. And ball's on the ground. Chuck Brush back there, and he can't quite get him down. Here comes the rest of his team, and that's a tackle for a loss right there. As NYOS had a little bit of trouble. The ball hit the ground, had to scoop it up, it delayed everything, and Chuck came right up the hole. Was able to hang on enough get enough help, and it's a big tackle for a loss. Now it's fourth down and looking at probably about 10, 11 yards now. So one more stop by Annapolis to get that ball back. Ben Marsh coming out. 15, Eli Oliver. He's going to be playing the end. I think they're going to be playing a passing down, so it looks like they're matching up, and House is going to spread things out. Here comes the pressure. Quarterback's looking for... Oh, and there's a big takedown. Gets out of Jacob Segundo, and now it's got a lot of green, and there's lots of tackling, and there should be a hold. Oh, and big hit as Eli Oliver knocks him down, but there was a big hold that's going to bring that play back. This game's starting to get pretty physical now as the blocking and tackling and hitting is starting to really ramp up. So Annapolis needing to kind of temper that emotion a little bit as there's a big hold in the backside. He's going to bring that ball back. So Coach Garcia was wondering, on that backfield, there was pretty much a bear hug, and that wasn't called, but the one down the field did. So that gives them the first down, even with the penalty. So it's 1st and 15 now, as NYOS now in Annapolis' side of the field. NYOS with a single back set. Ball's on the ground, and he goes to a knee, and that's going to be a dead ball. So 2nd down now. As first down, the quarterback just had to eat it. So you got Blake Kenyon on the end, number 2, Jerry Gleason, 88, 15. It's Eli Oliver. So you got some young people out there. And Annapolis is NYOS is going to spread things out. He's going to go. He's looking for a receiver. Jerry Gleason's going to give him some pressure. He's going to throw that ball up and overshoots his receiver. So good pressure by Jerry Gleason. Like I said, you'll see him chasing quarterbacks pretty much all night. And Coach Garcia not liking what he's seeing out there. And minute 18 left. 6-0. Annapolis is up. Game's starting to get pretty physical. Starting to get a little chippy too, and I think that's what Coach Garcia is telling his team. Just need to keep things level-headed. First game, a lot of emotion. And so Coach Garcia is using this as a teachable moment for his athletes. So minute 18, Annapolis up 6-0, first quarter. It's like I said, it's a beautiful night. Sun's down, temperatures dropped, lights are out, and it's Friday night lights. And Annapolis trying to kind of get themselves centered here, as it will be 2nd down now, NYOS ball on Annapolis side of the field. Ball's just inside the 30-yard line. Or maybe, yeah, just inside the 30-yard line. So 2nd and 15. The down marker says 3rd down, but I think it's actually 2nd. So defense is out. Like I said, a lot of youth there. Number 2, Blake Kenyon's a freshman. Got 15, Eli Oliver, he's a freshman. So Eli's going to want to cover, and they're going to pitch. Nice job up the field, but gets around him. And then we got Jacob Segundo and Jerry Gleason. Jerry Gleason did a nice job. Chuck got upfield, redirected him, but he was able to kind of slip out of that initial tackle, and backside pursuit was able to get him, but and really kept him just a couple yards. Looks like it was a bigger gain, but really, they're saying it's 4th down, but I don't know if that's right. I guess I'll go with what the down marker says. But 4th down, they've got about 12 yards to go, so this is quite a bit of yards to go. NYOS is going to spread themselves out, and looking for pitch back. Chuck's coming upfield hard. The quarterback gets around. He's got Jacob Segundo and Chuck falling behind him and gets him. That is great pursuit by Chuck. Jacob just squared him up, forced him to slow down, and then Chucky came in the backside and just finished him off. That's a turnover on downs as the defense, with 22 seconds left in the first quarter, gets the ball back for their offense and ends the threat from NYOS. So well done by the Annapolis defense, as Chuck showing some speed, coming right up the gut, forcing that quarterback to make some quick decisions, and Jacob Segundo playing his assignment football, and the two of them just taking that play over. Tight formation, you got Chuck Brush and Jacob in the backfield. Brian Lerma with the ball. It's going to go to Chuck, and that got blown up by number 40 as he just didn't get blocked really at all. So that's going to be a loss of about 2 yards, and that's probably going to be quarter. 6-0. Annapolis up. Looks like that scoreboard's not coming through. At 6-0, second quarter. Annapolis doing a really nice job offensively, getting the ball to move a little bit. Nice hard runs. Defense had a great stop. The defense also has a turnover already, so the defense looking strong. There's some new players changing positions, so I'm guessing the offense is probably still trying to feel its way a little bit as the line trying to deal with some pretty strong physical front linemen for NYOS, as they've been able to be pretty disruptive and been able to get in the backfield. Brian Lerma looking good so far as a quarterback. Again, he's a pretty cool customer. Not afraid of pressure. Strong physical. He's going to be really hard to tackle. And once he kind of gets some accuracy to his receivers, there may be some opportunities for some pretty big plays. So start of the second quarter. It's now second down and probably about 18 yards after that first down loss. Annapolis is going to stay in that tight formation. Brian Lerma under center. Going to go fake. He's looking for a receiver. He's got a man running, and the ball's just thrown too far, as Jake Waltney was out on a route and just couldn't quite connect with that. Third down now. Long way to go for a first down, as offense is sputtering just a little bit here. Trying to get hopefully a good chunk of that back to make the fourth down a little bit more manageable. We definitely don't want to turn the ball over on our side of the field either. So third down. Annapolis is going to spread things out a little bit. And in six-man football, the quarterback can't advance the ball past line of scrimmage unless he's been pitched to. That's why they do that. So Brian's going to run. He's going to look for some space. He's going to dump it back to Jacob. Jacob's got some room, but got closed off really fast. So nice defense by NYOS. But did get a good chunk of that yardage back. Well, I guess not. Looked like it was only a gain of about 4 yards or so. So it's about 4th and 15. Ball on Annapolis' 30-yard line. So this is not a good place for us to turn that ball over. So need to get some yardage. First down would be great, but in lieu of a punt, need to get something. Brian's going to dump it off, and it's behind his receiver, behind Chuck. So Annapolis does turn it over, and that gives them some really good field position. So that's going to be NYOS 1st and 15 on Annapolis' 30-yard line. Defense had a nice series last series, so hoping to build on that. Looks like 60 Ben Marsh is in. Got Josh Guzman, 22 on the end. Blake Kenyon, number 2, matching up with his receiver as NYOS is going to spread it out. It's going to back to their quarterback. Lots of pressure. Here comes Ben. Nice pass and catch. And gets out of one tackle. Here comes the pursuit. And he's still up on his feet. So it took 5 guys to take him down. So strong reception and yards after that catch. As that was pretty easy pitch and catch for NYOS. They gained about 10 yards on that one, so it's now at the 20-yard line. Annapolis is going to spread, or NYOS is going to spread things out again. See if Annapolis can get a little more pressure on that quarterback. He's going to run it. He's going to come upfield. He's going to get around the corner. Does. Here comes a lot of pursuit and tackle on the sideline. As I think he got his first down, so that was definitely a designed run. He wasn't really going to look for any receivers. He just tucked it and ran and got around the end, and now it's going to be first and goal at about the 10-yard line. So NYOS is starting to really start rolling here on their offense. Been able to spread Annapolis out and finding lots of gaps there. Now they're going to come in tight. And a little pitch. Here comes down the middle and good backside pursuit. Good tackle. It's number 12. It's Chuck Brush coming down, making the tackle from the backside. Second down and goal. Ball at the 8-yard line as NYOS is threatening. 6-0, Annapolis is up. NYOS is really starting to kind of get their groove going offensively. Going to look to pass, dump pass, and short. As had a receiver wide open as Annapolis came crashing in, and that end sneaked out, but the quarterback just left it a little bit too short. So third down now, third and goal. Ball inside the 10-yard line. 7:24 left in the second quarter. Annapolis up 6-0. NYOS threatening to tie it here. So tight formation, single back by NYOS. He's going to pitch. He's looking for some hole, from room, and there's definitely space on the outside, and he just walks in. So did a nice job. They sealed that end really well and made that look pretty easy. So NYOS ties it up 6-6, 7:18 left in the second quarter. NYOS looking to go ahead. They do have a kicker because he was bombing footballs during warm-up, so he was this might be a strength of theirs, which makes things challenging if they're able to tack on 2 extra points instead of just a normal 1. That's up and it's low and no good. So I don't know if it got blocked or just came off his foot weird, but either way, we'll take it. So it is 6-6, 7:18 left in the second quarter. Annapolis will be receiving the kickoff after the NYOS touchdown. So the game's kind of been played at a little bit of a leisurely pace in between plays. No one seems to be really in a big hurry, including the referees, to keep this game going. So this game could be a long one for that sake. Annapolis getting themselves organized. So they'll be getting their receiving team out there. Six-man football, like I said before, a lot of times they won't kick it deep, even though I think their kicker probably can. They try to gain that extra possession by getting a weird bounce that creates a loose ball and an onside kick. So Annapolis is going to counter with quite a few players up front. strong hands team. Josh Guzman's deep just in case. Looks like they're gonna load the zone to one side, so not really making a secret where they're gonna go. It's gonna go. Chuck Brush is gonna jump on it, and no problem there. Ball to travel 15 yards, so it does take a while, especially if it's a slower kick for the ball to get there. And Chuck did a nice job of just waiting, being patient, and then at the right time grabbing it and gaining possession. 1st and 15, Annapolis ball. After NYOS came down and scored, Annapolis' offense needs to kind of get things going a little bit. They kind of had a little bit of trouble that last series of some penalties and just negative plays. They're trying to get things back online. Pitch to Jacob Segundo. He's going to come upfield, and nice little gain. So NYOS is just going to play good assignment football. They're in the right spots. They get off their blocks pretty well, and they get to the ball pretty quickly. So Annapolis is going to have to do a little bit better job of knocking those guys off their reads. 2nd down, probably about 10, 11 yards. Annapolis is going to stay in the power I formation. Going to go to Chuck. Sneaks through the middle. And Moore steps out of a tackle. And he's gone. So just like that, the slow, steady medicine, steady diet of a run, all of a sudden the line does get a little crease, and Chucky uses those powerful legs and just steps out of a tackle, and then there's no one on the backside, and he was off to the races. Cameron Bailey is going to try to tack on 2 points instead of just the 1. Last time had a little bit of trouble, so let's see how he does on this one. High snap. It's looking like they're going to have to run. Looking to try to make a play here. Jake Waltney, and good coverage there, and couldn't quite get it, so the try is no good. It is now 12-6, Annapolis up. 6:30 left in the 2nd quarter. And Annapolis offense does answer the call as little fullback dive. Chucky broke at initial tackle, and the line held their blocks enough to give him a nice little zone, and there's no backside there. And when he gets a step or two, he's going to be pretty hard to catch. He's definitely worked hard in the off season. Definitely noticeable in strength and speed. So, it's like I said, the team has quite a few athletes out there. They're definitely bigger, stronger, and faster than last year. Cameron Bailey will be kicking off now with a 6-point lead. And coaches going to try to see what the coaches decide to do. It's always a little bit of a chess match here on the kickoff, what they're going to do. Where they're going to kick off short, long, middle, right, left. And Cameron's going to go right and middle. The ball bounces around but gets corralled. And Cameron came in a little bit enthusiastic, but a little bit, he's got to watch that. Once that whistle blows, can't keep coming. But 6:28, 2nd quarter. Annapolis up 12-6. NYOS's ball. It's on their side of the field, about the 35-yard line. 1st and 15. So NYOS is going to send 2 receivers off to the left. 3 in the backfield. As they're going to run it. 7's got some space and jukes one man. Now it's a foot race, and nice slow tackle by Josh Guzman to save what could be a touchdown. So That line opened up pretty quickly and got a big chunk play out of that. So 1st and 15 as a first down run. They're now on Annapolis side of the field. They're at about the 21-yard line. And they're spreading things out again. He's going to pitch back to Seven. Seven's looking to run. And good tackle. That's Josh Guzman, sure tackle. Wrapped him up. NYOS likes to spread things out, try to control that edge, and then try to get around the corner. Annapolis finally able to control that a little bit better. Gain about 4 yards, so second down. Second. And again, NYOS in that spread formation. So they like to run out of this. And now he's going to throw. There's somebody wide open. And that's one of the dangers of when you run a lot out of that is you start looking at the peeking in the backfield, and that receiver just ran right past the defense. Nice, easy pitch and catch for to tie the game up 12-12, 5:15 left in the second quarter. So NYOS is going to, looks like they're going for a 2-point try. Last time that had a little bit of trouble on the kick. It's down, and that one's going to be, I think it's wide. Yeah, yep, it went off wide left. So score's tied 12-12, 5:15 left in the second quarter. It's been a back and forth game. So there's been a lot of time between between plays. I suppose that's all right. It's first game of the season, and both teams probably fitness and conditioning. Probably it's good to take some longer breaks. So Annapolis' receiving teams out there. So you got Blake Kenyon, number 2, Chuck Brush, 12, and Ben Marsh in that front line. They're probably going to, so far they've been seeing quite a bit of the action as the ball's been going right to him. He's going to go to Blake. He's going to pick it up. He's going to run. First and 15 for Annapolis. Ball's on their side of the field. About the 32-yard line. Snap back to Brian Lerma. He's going to fake the handoff. He's looking for a receiver. He's going to throw it. Ball's jump ball, and I think Josh Guzman got it. And he did. Had 2 guys on him, just out jumped him, brought it down. Came down pretty hard. His helmet came off. But great reception by Josh Guzman. As Brian Lerman just kind of threw it up there, and Josh Guzman just high-pointed away from the defenders and then came down pretty hard, so he's going to take a play off. I think he's going to be okay, though. So tight formation, I formation. Going to go, ball on the ground. And there's wrestling for it, and let's see. It's NYOS ball. Just a little bit of trouble with the handoff. I think just the timing of it. Again, first game of the season, people playing different positions. You know, just that timing of the handoff and the positioning of it. Just takes some time to get that feel, and just ball got dropped, and now NYOS with the ball. 4:26 left in the second quarter. 1st and 15, NYOS ball. They're going to pitch it, and here they come. He's going to go to the outside. And Chuck and Jacob corral him, drop him. Jacob looking to rip that ball out, trying to get that ball back for his offense. Short gain, maybe about 4 or 5 yards. 2nd down, about 10. Now it's in that split back formation. He's going to pitch. Going to come up, and there's a good fill. And nice job. And there's a flag, comes out late. So Liam Harms with a nice stop, as he was able to set that edge, hung on to him and got him down, and see what that flag's for. He's pointing to NYOS, so it's like a personal foul, chop block on NYOS. So what I'm guessing is if somebody's engaged in a block, a second person can't come and dive at his legs, and I'm guessing that's probably what happened. It typically does on those outside runs if it's a penalty. So that moves him way back. 2nd down, about 20 now, 2nd and 20. Ball is going to run to the short side of the field, and Jacob is going to usher him out of bounds. So good job from the defense stringing that out. Jacob able to come free and take him out of bounds. So about 5-yard gain on that. So 3rd down and 15. 3:17 left. 12-12. So NYOS is going to go with the Twins receivers off to the left. Like to run off of this, and he's got a pitch. The ball's on the ground, and we got White. Oh, pick up by Jacob Segundo. So Chuck Brush initially was there. The ball bounced around some more, and Jacob just, instead of jumping on it, he just picks it up, and he was thinking scoring off of that. Gets inside the 10-yard line, so huge turnover now with 2:41 left as the defense makes a great stop, as NYOS was trying to get a misdirection play that kind of got blown up, and then a late pitch that was ill-advised, and Annapolis all over that. Coach Garcia is going to call timeout, as he does not want to squander this opportunity. 1st down inside the 10 on a great turnover. Jacob Segundo, scooping, looking to scoop and score. Didn't quite get that going, but definitely wanting to make a play for his offense, and here we go. 4 downs to score and take this lead. 12-12, 2:41 left in the second quarter. Annapolis' defense with their 2nd turnover of the game. So NYOS breaking huddle. Annapolis still talking about it. Brian Lerma leading his team out on the field. So in six-man football, all the players are eligible, including the center. And Jake, a tight formation. Let's see what Annapolis has. They're going to pitch to Jacob. He's got a nice block on the end, and inside the pylon, got it. That's a touchdown. It's a good block on the end by Chuck. Got enough of that defender to give Jacob enough space to get around, and Annapolis takes the lead 18-12, 2:35 left in the second quarter. Annapolis is going to try with Cam Bailey to tack on 2 more points. Both teams having trouble with these extra points, so these actually would be really, really important if we could get 2 up on the board here. Ball back, Cam up, and it's blocked, and no good. 2:35 left. .235 left, 12-18, Annapolis up. Second quarter. Annapolis got a big turnover inside the red zone and then immediately capitalizes on it. And now looking to build on that momentum of getting another stop before half and maybe getting that ball back, and who knows, trying to get another score off of that. So Annapolis kicking off. Cam Bailey will be doing the kicking. He's going to kick it over. Ball's going to bounce around. It's still loose. And Annapolis couldn't quite get there in time. So that ball was dangerously out and around, bounced around. But Annapolis not able to get there in time to scoop it up. 2:33 left. 12-18, second quarter. So Annapolis trying to match up to that spread offense. So they've been able to get balls on the ground, picks it up, gets hit, and incomplete. So good pressure by Jacob Segundo, as that play was kind of going nowhere. And 6 got the worst end of that. 2:27 left. 18-12, Annapolis up by 6. Second down and 15. A little bit of confusion by Annapolis trying to get matched up. And pitch back to the quarterback. He's going to go deep, and receiver can't quite find it as he got punished. Chuck Brush just unloaded on him just as he let go. Those hits going to accumulate, as I think 6 doesn't want any part of 12 anymore. And that will definitely impact his thinking on what he's going to do with the ball next time. 2:20 left. It's third down, 15. Annapolis having a little bit of a hard time matching up as people are kind of switching late, as getting a lot of spread formation. Pitch to 7. Here comes the pressure on the backside, gets around. And Josh Guzman does a good job staying home. He had a little bit of room there, but Josh closed that out. And maybe a gain of 1. So it's 4th and 14. Just under 2 minutes left. That's going to be a timeout. All right, 4th down, pitch to 7. He's going to throw across the field, and 9 had a lot of space, and thankfully that went incomplete. Sorry about the shot. I got to get closer to power as I'm running low on it. Making sure I don't lose power on the iPad. All right, turnover and downs. It's Annapolis ball, but unfortunately a procedure penalty on that 1st down moves them back 5 yards, so it's 1st and 20. Brian Lerma looking to pass. He's going to dump it off to Jake Waltney. And gets run out of bounds. 2nd down. Minute 42 left. 12-18, Annapolis up. It's 2nd down. Annapolis hoping to get some momentum finishing out the 2nd quarter. So that's 2nd down. Annapolis, that off balance look. Get the motion by Chucky. Back to Brian. They're going to run it off of that. Jacob Segundo gets to the outside. Still fighting for yards. And now it's 3rd down. Third and about 8 yards. Annapolis inside now the red zone, inside the 20. Snap back to Brian. Fake the handoff. He's looking for a receiver. Still looking for, he's going to go deep. Jump ball. Almost picked off as he had Jake Waltney in the back of the end zone. Just try to throw it up to him, but NYOS was in great position and knocked that ball away. .48 seconds left. It is 4th down now. 4th, need about 8 yards for the 1st. Ball's inside the 20. Annapolis looking to get that 1st down first and then think touchdown, but one thing at a time. Back to Brian. Brian looking for a receiver. Dump pass to Jacob, and he gets met right away. And they're going to say, is it a catch? They're going to say incomplete. Looked like he had it and made a move. Are they going to give it to him? Because it's right at the stick. And they're going to say incomplete. They're still discussing. And I think it's going to be turnover to NYOS. 43 seconds left. NYOS ball. Nice, the single back formation. That's should be a penalty. Yep, the center moved the ball and then actually snap it. So that's going to be a penalty, and then move them back. So 1st and 20 now for NYOS. 43 seconds left. End of the second quarter. Annapolis up by a touchdown. 18-12, up by 6 points. NYOS back in that single back formation. Gonna pitch it to 7. He's got trouble, and here comes, oh, he spins out of it and hanging on, gets out, and all of a sudden he's got a lot of green. And he's going to outrun everyone. What a play by 7. He was corralled. We had our hands on him, and he just powered through, spun out of it, and just like that, that game is tied up. So I had a handful of jersey, but just no help to, and just couldn't hang on as he just powered his way out of that and had him bottled up. I mean, initially he had to change directions, and then backside was there, but he just was able to get out of all of that and had about a 60-yard touchdown run. I think NYOS is going to go for 1. As I said, these extra points are becoming more and more important as nobody has capitalized on them. So I think the coach is going to try to get a bit of an advantage here by trying to get 1 instead of 2. He's going to throw it and swat it down. So Annapolis keeps it tied, 18-all. 24 seconds left in the second quarter. Going into halftime. Still a little bit of time for something if Coach Garcia wants to try to do something. I don't know if he's going to be real eager to try to. If he might be okay with just walking into the halftime at tied at this point, but never know. Annapolis is going to have their hands team up front. Try to put Blake and Ben Marsh are switching sides. It's the right-footed kickers. Probably going to end up kicking more to Blake's side. I guess he's left-footed. He's going to go to Blake. Blake's going to scoop it up, and he's just going to dive on it. So good job. 23 seconds left. I apologize for the lighting. It's got, like I said, it's not ideal conditions for camera work. So Annapolis ball, 1st and 15, 23 seconds left in the second quarter. After a big, long run, NYOS has tied this game back up, and we'll see what Annapolis is thinking about doing. Coach Garcia is going to spread everyone out. Looks like he may try to get a chunk play and see what happens. Brian's going to throw to Chuck. Chuck's going to throw to Jake, who Jake couldn't quite corral that, and I think that's going to be an illegal forward pass. 'Cause I think that ball was passed forward to Chuck, and even though he wasn't past the line of scrimmage, you can't advance that by throwing it again. So 15 seconds left, 18 all. So Annapolis is going to probably have time for maybe one, maybe two more plays. So ball's going to snap back to Brian Lerma, give him an option of either run or pass. He's going to roll out. He's going to just have a little bit of trouble getting that ball out of his hand, and the ball goes to Jake Gwaltney's feet. Now it's third down. 9 seconds left. I'm guessing this probably is the last play of the game, or last play of the half, excuse me. Let's see what Coach Garcia is going to try to do, if he's going to be content to run the clock out, or if he's going to try to go for a chunk play. He's got everyone spread out, so it looks like he may be trying to go for something here. Goes back to Brian. Brian's just going to run it. He's a block, and he's going to just muscle his way through there, having a hard time getting him down. He's going to look like he was trying to pitch it, and that's how the half will end. 18-18. It's been a back and forth game. Both teams pretty So we're back. The ball's loose again, and the ball's rolling around. I think they finally did get a hold of it. Sorry for the camera work. This is not my day job. So we're back. Third quarter, 18-18. Annapolis on defense. First and 15 for NYOS. And going to try to get out of tackle. He's going to tip the ball up to 7. Nice play. He's got Josh Guzman, who eventually ushers him out, but heads up play by 12. It's kind of a broken play, and he just flipped the ball to number 7, and 7's a little slow to get up on the Annapolis sideline. So a nice first down play by NYOS. They're going to be about first and about 8, 9. As Annapolis making some late substitutions.